Hi guys, John here from DapChat. Just checking to see if everything's working all right. Hope everything's okay with the microphone. I don't do YouTube Live very often, so let's hope for the best. But at the same time, we're going to keep this short and sweet. All right, so this episode is brought to you by Bacon and Bacon. And before I go even further to this, I'm going to tell you how sweet my place smells right now. I've got a lot of great food cooking up. I've got some pure Mexican style al pastor pork in the oven, and that's slow roasting right now. And then on top of that, I've got some stock that's on the go. That stock's got some chicken bones, some veggies, and some shrimp shells. And so you combine those two smells and the anticipation of what's coming. Can't wait. It's going to be quite a meal. That meal is going to have a little ribeye steak on it, the pork I told you about, and I'm also going to have some creamy buttered shrimp. So 3 meats, 1 platter. So I'm really looking forward to that. So the topic of today's conversation is that with COVID being what it is, the way it affected a lot of us, I was doing pretty good prior to COVID, really watching out for what I eat, especially trying to keep on track with the keto diet. It's not always easy. And when you have something like quarantine thrust upon you, it really does change things, right? So, yeah, like a lot of people, I effed up. You know, I went astray a little bit, put on a little more weight than I want to, and started eating things that I shouldn't be eating, and now I regret it. But getting back on track, one thing I really wanted to do while I was on YouTube at one point was find even more food to add to my diet that are very good for brain optimization, just getting your brain health exactly to where you need it to be. So I found one. It was a TED Talk. And so I clicked on it right away, didn't recognize the name, or at least not at first, and let it play for a little while while I'm here doing my work. And instead of being about actual food that you feed to your brain, it quickly veered off topic and went from criticism of the food pyramid, which I feel fine because the food pyramid was always off. But I looked at the new proposition they had. It's not a pyramid anymore, it's a circle. And in that circle, you had 4 food groups. They had eliminated dairy, they had eliminated meat, and it was now legumes, fruit, grains, and veggies. That's it. And then when I looked at the guy who was speaking, that's when it kicked in who this guy was. He's one of the quacks from the documentary What the Health. And if you've never seen this thing, even if you're a hardcore meat eater, you have to watch it. Kind of like all weed smokers should watch that movie called Reefer Madness. All marijuana smokers should watch Reefer Madness just to get like their shit giggles in. And the same goes for What the Health. The disinformation in this, you know, all I can imagine is a bunch of like 105-pound vegans all sitting in a little drum circle together planning this documentary and coming up with all the biggest lies they could. One of those lies being that eating 1 egg is unhealthy for you as smoking 5 cigarettes. Now, I came up with this stuff. I got to give them props for imagination. I mean, that's fantastic. But you think of all the diners across the country that serve what are called like farmer's breakfast or the trucker breakfast, where it's 3 eggs, and someone eating 3 eggs most mornings. So that means that they're essentially consuming the equivalent of 15 cigarettes in one sitting. We'd have an epidemic. People would be dying left, right, and center. And this is one of the reasons I have to put in this video, because I wish for everyone to be as healthy as they can be. I, for one, don't judge people on their diets. If you want to be a fruitarian, go ahead. If you want to be a vegan, that's fine. I get it. I understand why you'd be vegan. I understand why you'd be repulsed by the idea of eating an animal. I'm not opposed to that viewpoint, even though I eat animals myself. That's fine. But could we stop it with the bullshit? You are probably going to be guilty of sending someone to jail, or sorry, sending someone to their grave, sending them to their grave. I don't know why I said jail, but to me, I guess maybe subliminally, I see veganism as a form of prison. But seriously, this guy was going on. He says that fat is the true enemy of the bloodstream, not sugar. He actually says sugar is really not all that bad, and that fat is what will lead to diabetes. So if you're eating a lot of bacon, my friend here, he's saying that this is the true diabetes bomb. And so you can do your own research, but you'll see more often than not, people who aren't politically biased will tell you that animal fats are some of the healthiest fats you can consume, along with vegetable fats, fruit, avocados. Avocados are a great source of fat. So they go on and this thing about the eggs and smoking cigarettes. Like, come on, man! Like, you really have to lie that badly? And just because you do not like eating meat doesn't give you a pass to just come up with all these. I was about to call them facts, no, but just coming up with all this propaganda, this bullshit. Listen, it's great that you don't want to eat animals and that you want to save the planet. Do it. Do your part if that's what you feel you have to do. But stop lying to people. Enough of this stuff. Seriously. And I still can't believe that Netflix is the platform on which they launched What the Health. Like, what is Netflix's problem in all this? Like, I don't know. It just, I made a video just yesterday, actually, about Ben Shapiro criticizing Cardi B's new video, WAP. I'm sure you heard it by now. I'll put the link to the video in the show notes. But the way Ben comes across is like a total prude who hates sex, probably had to conceive his child through a hole in a bed sheet. And because of that, all of us should feel guilty about enjoying sex. And it's no different with the vegans. So until something better comes along, until maybe, I don't know, the grass-fed movement steps in and starts showing a healthier alternative in the form of a documentary, then videos like these will have to be made to make sure that liars like Dr. Neil Barnard can't just keep propagating all these lies. So eat up, and who knows, maybe I will make a video about all this great food I've been making for myself today, and I'm sure looking forward to it. So please subscribe if you haven't yet. If you could like this video, that'd be great too. Talk to you later.